there! This is your host Irish, and I welcome you to another episode of Brighture podcast, where we talk about everything and anything under the sun. If you're new to this channel and you enjoy our content, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Also, follow us on our socials on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. April is finally here, which means it's summertime in the Philippines. Oh, I know what some of you are thinking. Summer? In the Philippines? Now? I thought it's summer in the country all year round. Well, sorry to burst your bubble, but it's not. I have a trivia for you. How many seasons does the Philippines have? The answer is, the Philippines has 2 seasons. Wet season, which has the cooler months, and dry season, which has warmer months. March, April, and May are considered as summer in our beautiful country, as they are the hottest months here. Thus, typhoons are rare, which means travel between islands is easiest, which also means that this is the best time to go on vacation. Hashtag vacation mode on. Hashtag travel goals. So I think you guys already know what our topic for today's episode is. You're right. We're going to talk about travelation. Sorry, there's no word as travelation. But not just in the Philippines though. Also traveling anywhere in the world. So let's get to know our guests for today's episode. Let's start with you, man.
Hello there, everyone. My name is Kent. I love cooking, exercising, reading, and traveling as well.
So this is Kent. Fun fact for our viewers, Kent is actually known as Brighture's muscle man. Isn't it obvious? Wow. Okay. How about you?
Okay. I'm Yuki. Hello, everyone. I love eating,
Me too.
sleeping, and exercising. Of course, traveling. Yeah.
Yes. So it's Yuki is actually, I think, the only person in Brighture who has traveled the most countries. So fun fact, he has actually been to more than 20 countries, right? 20?
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly how many countries
But
traveled,
more than
but
20.
Yeah.
Okay, more than his fingers can count. So he's been to those 20 plus countries. That's 99% more than the countries I've been to. So you do the math, guys. All right, so today we're going to talk about traveling. So like I said in my intro, it's not just traveling in the Philippines, but traveling anywhere in the globe. First question, how much do you love traveling?
Okay, how much?
Yeah, how much?
How much?
How much do you love to travel?
Oh. Actually, I love traveling so much that if I have enough time and money, I would like to keep traveling for good.
Like all your life?
All my life, yeah.
Wow, you live to travel, right? That's amazing. There are really people like that, yeah. How about you, Kent?
As for me, I always try to schedule at least 2 travels in a year, at least. Yes, for pre-pandemic, back then I think I tried to hit like around 3 to 4 travels in a year. Though most of the time it would be just domestic travel. Yes.
So you love traveling as much as Yuki does?
I think not so much, I guess, because I'm trying to...
Because you travel every year, so, right?
Yes, but I think in Yuki's case, it's like a larger scale.
A larger scale.
Yes.
You're just smaller scale.
Yeah, for me, I go for the domestic first.
Okay.
Yes.
So both of you travel or make plans to really travel at least in a year.
Yes.
You go out somewhere. So for these travel not destinations, but when you go travel, oftentimes why do you go to that certain place, or what's the purpose of your travel? Let's start with Yuki, since I think he's been to a lot of countries. So what's your purpose usually?
Okay. Sometimes I decide the destination because there's something I wanna see, like nature, mountain, the desert, something like that. But in most cases, I don't have any specific purpose. So generally speaking, my purpose of traveling is just to see the different cultures and different people, different lifestyles. Yeah.
So do you consider yourself an explorer of some kind?
Sort of.
Sort
I
of
think,
an explorer.
yeah.
Yuki the explorer. Watch out, Dora. All right, thanks, Yuki. How about you, Kent?
For me, most of the time, I travel due to, like, say, I go for the historical aspect. Yes, I like to go to old churches, old Spanish buildings, those kinds of stuff. After that one, I'll go for scenic views, especially the mountains. Yes. I stay away from beaches and all those kinds of stuff.
Okay.
Because, well, I was in my hometown. There's a lot of beaches already, so I got used to them.
You live in the beach?
Not really, but it's just near.
Near, okay.
Yeah, probably like a 15-minute ride, and then you'll see a beautiful beach. So I go for mountains because, well, there are mountains in my hometown, but they're not that tall. And then probably because of the environment, there's not so much greeneries that you can see. Yes. So I go for those kinds of stuff. And then after that one, I'm also curious about like how, like, characteristics of different people from different areas. So I'd like to study and then try to immerse myself to them as much as I can.
Is it safe to say that both of you usually, when the purpose of your travels is just to explore the world and learn from other cultures, not just your own, right? Yeah, me too. If I had a lot of money, that's also my purpose of traveling. But anyways, both of you mentioned that you like to watch, to look at scenic views, nature, and stuff like that. So, in your opinion, how do you consider yourself more of a city traveler or a nature explorer?
Nature explorer.
Nature explorer,
100%.
right? Okay, how about you, Yuki?
Both.
Both.
'Cause
Okay.
I like nature, and sometimes I really like to be in nature. But when I travel, in most cases, I want to see the culture and people and lifestyle. So I need to go
To the city.
to the city, the place people live. There. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're a little bit of both. It depends on what you really want to see.
Yeah.
Right. I'm curious though, because you mentioned a while ago that most of the time you don't really have a purpose for traveling. So how do you plan, or how do you decide where to go?
Oh, actually, to be honest, in most cases, I just suddenly think,
Just
feel
impulse.
feel like, oh, I want to go to the beach, or
Oh.
I want to see, I don't know, I want to see the pyramids.
So just sudden decision. Wow. You just woke up this morning. I want to go see the pyramid, so I'll book a flight to Egypt. Wow. I hope everyone is like
Yes.
Yuki. It's nice, no? If you have that, if you can do that, that would be really, really nice. Okay. So in those places that you've been to, what for you is the best place? And why? What do you consider the best place you've been to? So I'll give you 2 minutes to think about your answer. Just kidding. So who wants to go first? Best place.
Best place.
Yeah.
Regarding the best places, it's pretty vague for me.
Okay.
Like, there are like places that we can say it's beautiful. So that could be like a scenic view, and then there's also one thing that I consider best when it comes to historical value.
Just which place really left a mark in your heart that you really can't forget this place?
International and then domestic.
Anything, just one.
Just one.
From all your travels, I know it's a lot, but choose one that really left a mark.
I think that for me, it would be the time when I was staying in, I'm not sure if it was a ryokan, but I have a feeling it was a ryokan, but I'm not so sure.
What is that?
It's like a traditional Japanese inn, but yeah.
Okay.
So it was situated in front of Mount Fuji.
Yes. Oh, that's nice.
And yes,
so you wake up in the morning and you see,
yes,
oh my God.
So when you open the window, you'll be seeing the mountain itself. It's pretty beautiful.
Wow.
And yes, I tried their like spring. And then the spring is also facing. There's a window facing the mountain. It's pretty beautiful.
Wow.
Yes. And the best thing is that like the people there really like how to say it? I don't know how to call it. Like
what? The people are very polite,
and
hospitable,
and then they have this like shrines and those kinds of like
religious
stuff. Yes. And then you can really see like how they are devoted to those kinds of stuff. Like they're doing like those things. And
so it's like a combination of scenic views and history of the people all into one. Wow.
And they have this like big trees, and then they wrap around like a rope. I don't know how to call that one, like Japanese style. Like,
okay, Yuki, help us out. How do you call that?
I also don't know how to call it. But it's kind of sacred.
Yes. Like it's like a sign that this tree, this very big tree is something sacred.
Is sacred.
Yes.
So it's a mark, something.
Yes.
Okay.
So the place was really beautiful, and then that was the first time that I understood why most Japanese really think that Mount Fuji is beautiful, because back then when I just see in a picture I just say, okay, it's a mountain.
Yeah.
But when you are facing at the mountain itself, like actually, it's pretty beautiful.
Yes. Yuki, do you agree?
Yeah.
Oh.
Even many Japanese people will be impressed if they stand in front of Mount Fuji. Yeah.
So the pictures on Google is not enough to describe how beautiful the actual mountain is.
It doesn't even. It's not even 10% of what the beauty is.
Wow.
Yes, of the mountain.
Wow. How I wish that I could also go to Mount Fuji. Okay, how about you, Yuki?
Okay, one thing that came in mind is the desert in Africa. I went to the Namib. I don't know how to pronounce it. Namib Desert.
What? We'll Google that, guys.
Okay.
Help us out. The woman behind the camera, please search that desert.
Yeah. I think there are lots of deserts in the world. But the desert is very beautiful because the color of the sun is very red. Can you imagine the red sound?
No, I cannot. Red sand? Is that real?
Yeah, it's real and it's really beautiful.
What's the name again?
Namib Desert.
Namib?
It's in Namibia.
So
okay,
like
thank you.
Orangey.
Namib Desert.
Yeah.
So it's red desert and we're looking at it, guys, right now. That's really nice.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Wow.
How big is that one? Is it massive? The area is massive.
Yeah, but compared to the Sahara Desert,
that I know.
relatively small. Yeah.
So it's just a small desert, but it's very bright. It's very red.
Yeah.
It's unique, right?
Yes.
I see. Okay. So thank you for those. At least I know where to go next. Hopefully. All right. So, of course, when traveling, we always think of like, many of us plan ahead so that we can experience or we can have the best travel experience we could ever have. But in every situation, there's always, hopefully not always, but there are unpredictable things that will happen, right? So have you, in one of your travels, have you had any harrowing experiences while on a trip to another place? Of course, I think you've had because you've been to different places, but what can you recall? Any harrowing experience that you've had? And tell us more about it.
Okay. While I was traveling, actually, there are lots of things I didn't expect. And yeah, I have stolen my bag and I lost my...
You had your bag stolen?
Yeah, smartphone and my wallet.
Oh my God, your passport?
Not passport.
Okay. Because it's your bag.
Yeah. Fortunately, at that time, I left my passport and my spare credit card in the guest house.
That's great.
But other than that, I lost at the time.
Wow. But at least you still have your lifeline, the passport.
Yeah.
Because I think for any international travel, your passport is your lifeline. If you lose your passport, my God, I can't imagine what's going to happen next.
Good thing you were not traumatized by those kinds of events.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what's the worst, though? Worst harrowing experience?
Worst. I don't know. But
you don't know. So meaning there's a lot? Wow. Okay.
Actually, I don't know. This is appropriate to speak in podcast, but
it's fine.
Yes. Go for it.
When I tried to go to the UK, I was on a bus. I didn't take airplane.
Where were you?
From France to
UK. Okay.
And at the border, I have to go through the immigration, right?
Yeah.
And I had a few questions and I answered it, but somehow I was not allowed to go back to the bus.
Okay.
So they
detained you?
Yeah, and I had to have an additional special interview in a different room.
That's scary.
Yeah, scary. And I had to wait for hours the interview.
Oh my God.
And during that until the interview starts, I was stuck in a room that is locked. And inside the room there's nothing but the one phone. There was a phone in order to call lawyer or something. So there were lots of numbers according to the nationality, maybe.
Oh, so there's a directory.
I'm not sure, but there's a
okay
list. And also there's Bible and the Quran.
Oh my God.
That's it.
That's scary.
Sounds like in the movie, like
Yeah.
when they torture someone.
Yeah. So what was running through your head at that time when you were waiting for hours before the interviewer came?
So I really wanted to go to the UK. So I was thinking how I can persuade the interviewer. I'm how can I say, safe person. I'm not trying to.
You're not a terrorist.
Stay in the UK illegally. So I was searching some evidence that I can show them. Yeah, like that.
So what happened then? Were you able to persuade?
Yeah. Finally, I was allowed to enter.
Wow. But how long was the process? Was it like a day or something?
Actually, I was there at one night.
Overnight?
Overnight, yeah, overnight.
So they kept you waiting overnight?
Yeah, because I had to wait for another bus to go there. So after the interview, I was still waiting for the next bus there.
I see. But why did you think they stopped you though?
Because
what were you wearing, Yuki?
Because I didn't have specific plans. I didn't decide how many days I'm going to stay in the UK and where to stay. And the purpose is not
so
that
So.
clear.
Yeah, that's the thing with immigration in any country. So you have to state really your purpose. You have to be specific how long you're going to stay, who you're going to be staying with, what are you going to do, all those things. Yeah. That's really scary.
Yes.
My God. That's like in a movie, All right. Anyways, Kent. How can you top that?
No, not really. Mine was just like a food allergy.
Okay.
Just a food allergy. Back then, I actually don't have any problem with eating shrimps. And then, suddenly it just developed. And then at one time when I was abroad, I think it was in Taiwan, I was eating this like big kind of shrimps. I don't know how to call
tiger shrimp, I think. Tiger prawns? Tiger prawns, I think.
Sounds like that one. And then, while I was finishing my fourth or my fifth one, suddenly I felt like my airways are becoming tight. Like even sneezing, I cannot complete it because the air is already tight.
Okay.
But I kept it on eating. It was because it was tasty. And
because it was delicious. Yes. Okay.
And it's a waste actually because that bar is actually like where you go fishing. You fish for the shrimp. And then they cook it for you, and then
you eat it.
Yes, you just pay for the time that you spend fishing. Yes, Squatch. It's actually quite nice.
It's good.
Yes,
it's a good deal. Okay.
So yes, I had that one. So it was very difficult to.
So what happened? Did you go to the hospital? Did they call an ambulance or what?
I just drank. What do you call that tablet?
Antihistamine meds.
Yes,
anti-allergy meds.
The one with me also had a lot of allergy. So that person already packed some tablets. So I was.
So you took emergency meds. Okay,
yes,
so
yes.
Very lucky.
Very, very lucky.
So you're luckier than Yuki. He spent overnight in a box with only a phone. But you were safe. Okay, and plus you get to eat good food, right? So speaking of food,